Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be working in Fairies and Dreamland by Denise Clit. And I got a little carried away. I was gonna put some of the background in just for the sake of time, I guess, and interestingness. But I'm just doing an acrylic background with Blue Haven color paint. It's a really pretty light blue. And yeah, I just wanted to do just a really quick color along, or color and chat, whatever you want it to be. Yeah. And I'll do the fairy and the flowers in Prismacolors and some fine liners, probably. And the reason I'm working in this book is because I thought it would be a nice quick color, but also I haven't completed a page in here, mostly because there's like these huge backgrounds and then all those tiny details. So I'm definitely liking using the acrylic for the background. I think ink tints would also be a good option, or some other kind of paint or wet media, just because if you do this background with pencil, you are a patient saint, because that's a lot of area to cover with just pencils. Yeah. So this paint is starting to dry up a little bit, which is why I'm trying to be super fast, because it's starting to get a little lumpy. So far this paper hasn't buckled, which is really nice. It's really nice thick paper. And here, let me get this edge right here so I can just whack it out. Okay, come on. I hope everybody had a good weekend and has had a good week. It's hump day, so happy hump day. My husband and I are celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary today, so that is really exciting. We aren't gonna do anything too crazy tonight because we did go out of town for the weekend for an early celebration. We went to Kansas City in Missouri, and did some fun things with our son. But tonight we'll probably just go somewhere fun for dinner, and yeah, we might drop our son off somewhere with family or something, or find a last minute babysitter, I don't know. But yeah, so we might drop him off, or we might bring him with us. I still don't know. But that'll be fun. Okay, almost there. The background. Yeah, I would have done more of the background on camera, but I got lost in my thoughts. I was thinking about the current project one of the projects I'm working on. I'm always working on a bajillion different projects, but the most current one that I'm working on is another coloring book, and it's one that is really bringing me outside of my comfort zone, and has been like a huge, I don't know if hurdle that I just needed to take, because it's a coloring book that is, you know, every single picture will be featuring a person, and I studied how to draw people in school, and I've been drawing a lot my whole life, but for some reason I've always been a little bit more self-conscious about how I draw people. I think especially just since I was in college, there was a professor I had in one of my figure drawing classes who, well, he said, I'm trying to remember the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of, you know, your people that you're drawing look weird. I don't know what you're doing wrong, and I can't help you with it. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So that was like a huge blow to, like, not even a teacher could help me draw my people right, but I took a figure drawing class from a different professor later, and he helped me tremendously. But yeah, ever since then I was just like a little bit more self-conscious about my people. But I'm, you know, trying to get over that. And compared to some people I'm better, I guess, but I also have this problem of comparing myself to people who, you know, have spent years and years and years and years only focused on drawing faces, and they can draw something super realistic, or like, you know, some people just have that skill. But I like drawing cute stuff, so my ladies are definitely more like illustrated versus being realistic looking. But I'm really proud of what I've been able to accomplish, and it's been really fun. So I think it was an important step to make for me, so that I could put more people into what I draw and what I paint, but just like what I draw for coloring books, because people love coloring people, and mine are like on the borderline of illustrative, but not like too simple. I'm hoping. It's like, and what I've noticed is I kind of have my own style, which if you're an artist trying to find your style, that's a huge thing. But where I was going with that is, if you're trying to find your style, whether it's your coloring style or your drawing style, painting style, don't think too much about it. Just make art. Color, put pen to paper, color to paper, and let it come out, and then what comes out will be your style. If you focus too much on creating a style, then it becomes too rigid, I guess. I don't know. But I noticed I do have a style of how I draw my people, so that was a really fun discovery to make. And wow, okay, I've just gotta say this. I just poured acrylic onto this little plastic lid, and it was like practically the perfect amount. That is crazy. Look at that. I mean, there's some parts that could use a little bit more, but wow! I love it when that happens, because then you like don't waste anything. Alright, so there's that for now, for the background, we will return to it later. But I want to get some of this colored in before. So I'm going to be using some fine liners, and these are Stabilo. I figured any kind of brand of fine liners works. But these were on sale at my craft store forever ago, so I want to do some stippling. Possibly with these. Sorry. Okay, so that's dark green. Just to make sure. I'm actually excited to use these. I haven't really used these very much because I don't have very many coloring books that have tiny little spaces. This one is perfect for that. Okay, so I'm like not coloring this very perfectly at all because I want it to have a little bit of whiteness in it. Just because, and because I just don't want to spend too much time on it, I guess, if I'm completely honest with myself. But yeah, so that was just like super fast. So now I'm gonna stipple and I'm just gonna do some dots in here because it's small enough that I'll actually make it look like it's without having to try to blend markers or pencils in this tiny little space. Plus it just adds like this fun tutu effect. Sorry, the camera shaking. Staccato dots. Okay, I don't know if you can see that super well, so I will bring it up closer. But there's this stippling, just super fast, but creates like some fun shading and depth and texture, which is good. That's what I want. Okay, sorry if you like see my head peeking into the shot. There's like all these tiny little, how many times did I say tiny? tiny little leaves I'm trying to get. Okay, so that's flower. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be so fast. Okay. Now I'm gonna do like the rest of her dress, like a pinkish red. Let's see, what even options do I have here? Okay, so I have this nice deep red, and then I want this neon pink. Oh, that's more like an orange. These are not swatched at all. Okay, I might go with this just because it's the lightest option that's not too neon or too dark. And I'm just again gonna go in here, just color it in super fast. And then I'm gonna add some stippling to add shading and depth. Right in here as well. She's got these fun flowers in her hair. Okay, this is definitely gonna be a very bright, springy page. Okay, so now, hopefully my hand isn't covering. I'm gonna just add more dots in there. And this time, because those are so tiny, I can't like shade on every single petal, so I'm just kind of picking little spots here and there to add the dots. Yeah. Just because it's so tiny, I don't want to color it in all. Alright, okay, and then I'll just add some on this headband. And then these ones you can kind of see the structure a little bit more, so I'll just follow the line like this that these make. Like so. Boom! That was fast. I might add some more in here. There we go. Okay. I'll show it close up again. Oops. Come here. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but visually it works. Alright, now I think for the rest, let me do the centers of the flowers, and then the rest I'll probably do with just Prismacolors. So I want orange, and yellow. Okay, so yellow, and then I'm trying to figure out which orange. That one's super bright. So this one. And if you have the Stabilo 0.88 there, I don't think it like has a color number, it just has a barcode, which is too bad. But you don't really need it too much for, I don't know. You can always just test it. Because this is like a 24 set, so there's not really a whole ton of colors you need to keep track of anyways. Alright. Sorry about the shadowiness. It is like super cloudy today. And yeah. I probably should have added another light source even, but I only have so much room on my art desk right now. Okay. So, got those quickly colored in. And now I'm not afraid of anything bleeding through, but I still have this back here, just in case. Because you never know. And again, I'm just gonna add some dots. To add some depth. And then on these ones that have the ring, I'm gonna kind of do dots on opposite sides like this. And a couple dots on the inside. This is going nice and fast. So did you all have a good weekend? Let me know what you did in the comments below. So yeah, we went to Kansas City. In Missouri. And we did some fun stuff. We went to an aquarium and a science center thing at Union Station. And we had barbecue, and there's this barbecue place called Joe's Barbecue, and apparently it's like one of the top 10 places you have to go to get barbecue in Kansas City, because I guess also Kansas City is renowned or very well known for their delicious barbecue. And wow, yeah, we got a sandwich. Well, my husband and I ended up choosing the same sandwich, but man, it was so good. It was delicious. And I've had some pretty good barbecue in my life, and that was really good barbecue too. Okay. So there's that. Now I'm gonna clean it up really fast. This is really funny. I got these and was trying to figure out where to put them and realized they all fit perfectly inside these like sliding pencil cases, which I just so happen to have one. So I was trying to figure out if I was going to get rid of it, and they fit them perfectly. Okay, on to Prismacolors. I'm gonna make the flowers kind of a pinkish purple, probably. Let's see. So I think what I'll do is lilac and pink rose. So 956 and 1018. So 1018 and 956. I use these colors a lot, so that was not hard to find. I'm going to sharpen this really fast. I just use my Dermate pencil sharpener. It's really nice because it's big enough for the polychromos because they are a bit wider of a pencil. And my Prismacolor pencil sharpener, my older one, oh no, it's actually not Prismacolor brand, it's Staedtler. It actually doesn't fit the larger barrel pencils. Alright, so I'm just gonna color the insides of the petals. It's purple. Is that her hand? Huh. And kind of back on topic of what I was talking about earlier about how I've been trying to get over being self-conscious about the way that I draw people is I've come to the decision that, for one, there's always going to be somebody who can do it better than I can, and so I need to stop comparing and bringing myself down and start being inspired by or encouraging myself that with enough practice I can become better. And also just like realize that everybody does things differently, and so just because I draw differently doesn't mean that it's necessarily wrong if it's different. And I think that the same mindset can apply to coloring or any kind of creative hobby. Is, you know, there's rules and techniques that you can use, but in the artistic world, once you learn the rules, you can break them, and you don't have to do something like as amazingly as somebody else, because you're not them, and what you can do is, the best that you can do is the best that's out there, because only you can do what you did, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I can follow what other people do to become better and practice, but even as I do that, I am still going to be doing it slightly differently, just because that's what comes out of the energy of my body. Everybody has their own way that they use a pencil or they use their hands, and their own way that they see color or see objects. So even if you're practicing through copying another person and how they do something, it's still important to stay true to what you can do, and just to keep on being inspired rather than discouraged by other people's abilities. Okay, so I'm really liking that. That's really pretty. There's not a lot of dimension, but it's pretty. And sometimes it's okay if it's just pretty and it doesn't look, like a 3-dimensional rendered object. Let's see. So as most of you know, I got ink tents, and wow, they've been really fun. As you'll see in some upcoming videos and in past videos, I'm really enjoying them. They're really fun, and they make just like coloring go so fast. Just because it's a dry to wet media for one, so there's, you're not going to be spending as much time blending or burnishing, because you don't need to burnish them. Oh, I really like these. That's pretty. Ah, sorry. Oh. Yeah. I was contemplating kind of what I wanted to do. Do all the flowers want to be the same color? But I decided that sometimes simplicity has a very strong impact. So it would be very pretty if we did all of these colors differently, but I just want to pack a different kind of punch, I guess, and only use a couple colors, and yeah, that's something that I love about nature, is you have so many different color choices and color options. Like, there are some flowers that are just like this, where they're pastel or just plain white. And then there are other flowers that have 5 different colors on every single petal. And like the way that our eyes, how many colors we can pick up with just our eyes. I could use like 5 different colors on these petals to get the same kind of effect, but I'd rather spend that time on coloring other things, or doing it on an actual piece of artwork that I would be selling or something, you know. This is just a way for me to unwind, to practice colors combinations, or how they interact with each other, how different media interact, and I have actually learned a lot, and I can already tell just with how much, you know, I think I've been coloring for about a year-ish now, and I can already see a huge impact in my ability to just naturally be able to choose very strong color combinations. I'm better able to blend things and just figure out which colors can create the effect that I want. I still have a long ways to go, but that's the awesome thing about this is there's a lot of pictures to choose from, you know? I'm never gonna be in a shortage of coloring pages ever. I think I have more books than I will be able to color in a lifetime, and I'm a pretty young chicken still. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of opportunity to keep practicing. And another thing that I love about coloring is the community. Being part of the coloring community has been a huge wake up, or just like a huge eye-opener and blessing, because everyone is so supportive. It's no competition at all. We're all just like having fun together, and supporting each other, giving each other words of encouragement, pieces of advice and all that. And that's what I love about the coloring community is everybody, for the most part, is so supportive of each other. I'm so thankful for the people who subscribe to my channel, comment, because that really means a lot. Because I've been part of the artist community for a long time, and I've never had as much support and encouragement as what I've had in the coloring community. So I think that is really awesome, and I hope it stays that way. And I think it will, because it's existed for quite some time now, I think. But yeah, I'm really glad that I decided to start coloring and start a YouTube channel, because it has brought me to so many new people. It's opened my eyes to so much beautiful artwork, beautiful colorings, and I've also been able to push myself with my personal work that I do, and just to find something that I'm passionate about that is still really fun and relaxing and fulfilling, without having to feel like I'm giving up on being artistic. Because there have been some days in the past where I thought, you know, why am I even trying to be an artist? It is like such a ruthless career to be in, and you know, everyone else is trying to get their art out, so it's also extremely competitive, especially in the illustration arena. But any kind of artistic realm is extremely difficult, and at one point I was just feeling so exhausted from trying so hard and not seeing any kind of result. And then I discovered that adult coloring was still a very big thing, and that there were so many beautiful coloring books, and started coloring, and never would have imagined that I would be drawing as much as I've been drawing, and creating as much, you know, in my coloring books as many pages that I have been. So it's been a really wonderful thing to be a part of. Sorry, I just gotta check. Okay. So I think what I will do, because I'm running out of time, is I will color her. I'll like do some of this. Let's see what I want to do. See, I have this dilemma because I've been having some serious technical stuff happen. I only have so long to record. Okay. So I'll do her wings really fast. I like to do my fairy wings really light. So yeah, just because they're more like translucent wings. So there's some green, and then we gotta add blue because we have blue in our background, so those are gonna be picking up that color. And can't really see anything yet, but it is there. That's better than having nothing there. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some purple, just very quickly, not too structured. Sorry, it takes a little bit more concentration for me to color when I'm doing it fast, because when I do my coloring chats, I tend to color slower because it takes more concentration to color and talk. But let's see. I think I want to add a little bit of yellow as well. So she definitely has a lot of color in her wings, even if it's not picking up on camera, because it's very pastel. And then, oh, I forgot to do her dress right here. It's pink in her middle section. There we go. Okay, and then, actually, I'll just leave it at that, and we'll finish it on Friday. How does that sound? Just because I wanted to color this with everybody. So, yeah, let me show you what I have so far. Hopefully it's not upside down. Let me see. Okay. So, let me get that to focus. This is what it looks like close up. So it definitely is more of a, looks good from about 5 inches, or no, a foot rather than 5 inches. So yeah, just like all this tiny little detail. I thought this would be really fun to do. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, and if you're not already, subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Happy coloring!